One enjoys being part of Microsoft because one gets very interesting feedback, and I really enjoy that. Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished panelists and members of the audience, I'll be very brief because we cannot talk about the problem because that has been defined ad infinitum. The problem and therefore the solution to the entire issue of unemployability versus employability rests in one word, which is called matching. For instance, if you look at the size, this must be proud of India's education system, because of which, we are standing here and you are sitting over there. But if you look at the problem, there are 350 universities in India, 18,000 colleges approximately, and 6,000 ITIs, who come out with about 500,000, approximately 500,000 technical graduates every year, of which NASSCOM estimates about 75% are not easily employable, and come out with 2.3 million graduates every year, of which 90% are considered unemployable. These are statistics which are, which can vary from panel to panel, but they are roughly true. And what Dr. Phatak mentioned sometime back in his speech, that there's so many engineering colleges coming out with so many young students who want to learn computer science and IT and are not able to reach the level of quality which the industry desires. On the other hand, we have the IT industry always starved of manpower. These global crises being, crests and troughs, but it will pass with time. The BPO industry estimated to have a shortfall of 0.5 million people by 2012. We have the retail sector starved of manpower. We have the financial sector starved of manpower. So when we talk about the problem of matching, there are millions passing out, but millions of jobs not being filled. So what is happening is the industry, in a desperate move, is picking up these young graduates passing out in their second year, third year, fourth year, and doing something which they, roughly call repair training. It's not a very elegant term to use, but that's what is happening, that people are picked up in the third year and given 3 weeks training in customer relations, communication skills, and told, okay, now go on the shop floor. I have seen, and I've been a party to it, where people from engineering colleges have been picked up by IT sector and given training from 1 month to 3 months, spending thousands of rupees on each student to train him all over again in software skills to become, workable on the shop floor. So this is what the industry is doing. They are adding on top of what the education sector is not able to give today at least, and trying to add those skills and make those people employable. Therefore, the onus of the education system then becomes in terms of matching the numbers passing out with the kind of skills the industry requires, and that is what is called industry-oriented education, which is the need of the hour today. For example, last year I went around looking for admission for my son in Delhi University, and I found to my great delight that a lot of colleges now are offering vocational training with BA programs and things like that. So without taking much more time, I don't want to hear 2 minutes again. I want to finish before that, sir, and give other panelists more time. I think there are 4 or 5 steps which we can recommend from our side. One is to look at each vertical sector of the industry and assess the numbers at each level in terms of manpower requirements. That's the first step, which I'm sure this kind of knowledge exists all over the place. It's in many studies. That is one step which needs to be taken. Assess what are the numbers at each level required in the various vertical sectors of the Indian industry. The second thing is to create for those skill requirements courses which answer the needs of the skill requirements. There are lots of courses coming out, but exactly what are the skill requirements, and therefore what is the assessment? Assessment is the key word of the skills, which leads to a certification which the industry will find of use. So if I'm an IT professional, or I'm a retail professional, or I'm a salesperson, or whatever I am, I'm an electrician, what is the kind of certification which the industry will accept, and therefore the assessment required for that, and the course curriculum and content therefore has to be of that standard. That's very important. So that's the second area, which is coming out with certifications and courses which answer the needs. The third area is the lack of teachers, which all panelists have talked about. We need teachers. So one is to retrain the existing faculty to be able to give those skills. That's important if you're going to plug those courses in addition to the current existing courses. 2 is maybe there's a need for a humongous effort across the country to pick up a large number of young people and train them to become educationists and trainers in those skills. Thus, partly solving the unemployment problem there and adding to the system a large number of people who can then transfer those skills to students. So therefore, there's a need for faculty enablement and faculty development and faculty recruitment. And as some panelists mentioned, you need blended training, which is part ICT-enabled training and part driven by the faculty. There needs to be a blend of these two. If you lower the reliance on faculty, at the same time, it will improve the standardization of delivery. So ICT enablement should be a very big and very important step in this direction. What are the skills where this training needs to be given? There are 4 skills we can think of. Most important is communication skills. If you go to any employment agency and ask him, why don't you employ a person in the industry, he says the person is tongue-tied. They come from small towns, rural areas. So confidence in communicating and expressing oneself is important. 2 is certain behavioral skills like time management, teamwork, etc. 3rd is, and the most important is, functional skills, maybe in retail or manufacturing or whatever, which answer the industry requirements. And the 4th, of course, is the well-known IT skills, much maligned but required today. So given all these things, and I'm in the company of various distinguished panelists over here, we are looking to sum it up in 5 areas. 1 is assess the numbers requirement of the different industry sectors. 2, create standard certification, assessment, and curricula to answer that requirement. 3, recruit teachers and train them in a large number to deliver this certification. 4th, make this delivery ICT enabled and blended so that the reliance on teachers comes down and things are coming out. And 5thly, give this certification in 4 areas: communication, behavioral skills, functional skills, and IT skills. Thank you very much.